Gamers. I'm feeling very dark today, as we do. Ranking every item in Mario Kart World. I've recently done an item ranking. So what is Odyssey Central? Mr. Central. You better have the correct opinions, brother, okay? Or else I'm gonna be mad. Okay, I'm dark mode today, okay? So without further ado, Odyssey man.
Mario Kart World has only been out for about a month now, and I already have trauma.
Classic.
I think it's safe to say that Mario Kart World is the most chaotic entry in the Mario Kart series. No matter what position you're in, you're really only one bad item away from getting sent to the back of the pack. Of course, the entire Mario Kart series is reliant on the items, but I feel like in Mario Kart World, you really need a good pull to either win or just survive a segment in Knockout Tour. I'd mention how items are in Battle Mode too, but I don't want to play that. Currently, there are 28 items in Mario Kart World, and with so many items, some are bound to be worse than others. So today, I thought it'd be fun to rank them all from the worst to the best. Now, how exactly am I going to be ranking these?
You're going to be ranking these based on how much of a bitch-ass bitch... Am I right? I'm dark, musty, Odyssey. I'm dark mode today. I also have a Dr. Pepper, and so I'm going to be high on the sugar, okay? You're going to be ranking them on vibes. You're going to be ranking them on whether Jesus would approve of them. Tell me.
I'm going to be putting them in order of how good I think they are to use in either Versus Mode or Knockout Tour, which I think should be pretty straightforward.
Yes.
On top of that, the context of when you get the item is also important as well. Items don't spawn in every position, so an item's usefulness will be determined based on the times you can pull it. I also want to make it clear that this is a very early list, and I'm sure as I play more online races, some of the positions, especially near the middle, will change.
Okay.
But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let-
Guys, support is low for Odyssey Central, which means you have to send a super chat to me.
And let's jump right in. Just for fun, we're going to be splitting this video off into tiers, so starting...
No D tier though, interesting. Because the D tier is where I put Karmic. So what Karmic is F tier then? Because it can't be C tier. F tier feels a bit, actually it feels a bit right in all fairness. For me, I just kind of like the fact that at least it does something interesting, but I'm just hypothesizing. He could have put it in C tier.
Off, we got our F tier. These are for the items you pretty much never want to get.
So I'm assuming Blooper, Coin Block, and I guess Karmic has to go in there. I'm guessing it's those three. I can't think of anything other than those three.
This is actually a fairly big tier with 5 of the game's items.
5? Whoa, what else is going on? Hang on, chat. What else is going on here? Blooper, Karmic, Coin Block. What else? What else would go in this tier? I'm beyond flabbergasted.
Oh, no, lad. You know the rules.
And so do I.
Poor Odyssey Central. Here's some money, Musty.
Thank you so much, Chili. Support is low, guys. Support is low. Funding for so much is provided by all of your wallets. Coin is probably, Coin is going to go in it, which I don't think is fair. I feel like if you put Coin in here, Odyssey Central, I am going to be this. I might reconsider. I might reconsider. You have to be careful. Hey, that's a whole pregnancy, Odyssey Central. We know how the rules work here.
Mario Kart World is Mario Kart World is only. Just for fun, we're going to be splitting this video the blooper.
Oh, okay.
Big tier with 5 of the game's items. So to kick us off, we have 28, the blooper.
Makes sense. Predictable.
Yeah, I absolutely despise this thing. Not necessarily because of the racing, but because I hate that I have to keep cutting around it because he always ruins my footage.
I mean, says you. My editor... Someone's car alarm's going off. My editor can't even find fucking footage of this thing. And I've been trying games. I played for like 2 hours yesterday trying to find him a clip. I cannot find this blooper. It's annoying for us editors, true, but like, this guy, you got I'm just gonna, hey, Harry, if you're watching, just yoink Odyssey Central's clip. Yoink his clip.
As most of us know, when the blooper spawns, he'll spray ink on the screen for a moment to block people's vision. In theory, this would help the player that used it, as the other players wouldn't be able to see where they're going. Unfortunately, that game theory is wrong. It barely affects anything. Most good players are going to have the tracks memorized. However, if you're playing with intermissions, which we all are, thanks Nintendo, then there are over 200 routes to memorize, so theoretically, the blooper could be more effective because it would be way harder to memorize that much. Except 90% of those are just driving perfectly straight, so you could just keep holding the A button without a single thought and be fine. So I think the blooper is actually much worse in this game because there are far less twisty turns than in previous entries. And of course, the worst thing the blooper does is prevent you from getting an actually good item to catch up with. Since it spawns around the middle of the pack, pulling a blooper means everyone else is going to be attacking or taking shortcuts to pass you.
I think it's even worse in Mario Kart World as well because it's like, Getting a good role is way more important in this game than it ever was in the past. So getting a blooper like extra hurts, man. This is like in G tier, it really is, honestly. It's so bad.
Luckily, while I don't know the exact numbers, I do believe the blooper is far rarer in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
I often go several races without even seeing one, which as a video maker, I greatly appreciate. So yeah, I have pretty much no doubt in my mind that the blooper deserves to be in last place. 27, Kamek.
Oh, predictable. Predictable. For me, I tried to not factor in the fact that it gates an entire group of characters too much. Even if we ignore that aspect of it, the item is just kind of like mediocre. Do you know what I mean? Even if we take the controversy behind the character unlocks behind it, you know?
You didn't deserve this. Here we have our first new item of the video, and I think it's the worst implemented gimmick in the entirety of the game. This is the only thing stopping me from saying in full confidence blooper is the worst, but I do think you can get slightly more use out of Kamek. Essentially, when used, Kamek will fly out in front of the user and transform everyone in front of them into a random enemy and also spawn a ton of obstacles. Yeah, that doesn't really sound that appealing.
I think the worst bit of that is that, like, sometimes the obstacle it spawns aren't even that good. Like, sometimes it'll just spawn like one boom boom, and I'm just like, brother, what are we doing here? But then sometimes it'll spawn like a bunch of parabidi bugs. I'm like, oh, okay, now I've got to do some swerving, you know? It's like, what the hell?
Sure, it can throw people off messing with their stats, but it doesn't last that long. On top of that, since Kamek is flying in front of you, the obstacles are going to be present for the person who used the item as well. That means it can end up hurting the person more than helping. And of course, this is another middle of the pack sort of item, so getting this instead of literally anything else is pretty painful. But the worst part about this item isn't relevant to the video. Oh, whatever, I'm still gonna rant. The Kamek item is what's used to unlock some of the enemy racers as playable characters, and this is one of the most baffling character unlock systems I have ever seen. To get the character, you have to be transformed into them by Kamek, but this requires so many levels of RNG. First,
like, whose idea was this though, man? Good lord. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, it's one of those things where you have to like unlock maybe a secret character, right, chat? Where you have, oh, if you use Kamek and get transformed into this character in this map, you might unlock this secret character. Do you know what I mean? That feels like an unlock method for like a secret character. But this is just like, haha, tee tee tee. This is just trolling. They were just trolling so hard, man. Yeah, it's cool in theory. It kind of is cool in theory, but man, whose idea?
First off, you have to hope someone even gets Kamek, and I'd say he's the rarest item in the game. Then you have to hope you are in front of that person, because the person who used it and anyone behind them doesn't transform. And then from there, you have to hope Kamek transforms you into an enemy you want to unlock, which is purely random, and you can get repeats of the same enemy. I am over...
You use the open wall we just spent years unlocking, or just make it RNG. Which way, Western man? Which way?
Okay, yeah, pull up.
Big shot pasta peoples up with $3.62.
Thank you.
Mario Kart World League. 4 new characters. Diddy, Dixie, Void Kong, and Peachette.
Peachette! I clapped when he said Peachette. I clapped, gamers.
40 hours into this game, and I still do not have all of the characters from Kamek yet. Yes, there are techniques to get characters faster, since some tracks are more likely to use certain enemies than others, but the fact that people have to resort to cheating the system just shows how badly this was implemented. Now, like I said, this isn't technically relevant to the ranking since this is going based on usefulness, but if you wanted to put Kamek in last place because of this, I wouldn't blame you. I think Kamek has the potential to change the race.
Thank you.
2 weeks for Dolphin. 2 weeks.
2 fucking weeks, you know. How long did it take? It took a month, chat. A month for us to get Cataquack. Fucking good grief, man.
It's up more than the blooper, which gave it the edge here, but both items are absolute trash. Now, before we get into this next segment, I want you all to hear me out. 26,
hang on. What's hear me out? The coin block is, yeah, it deserves it.
Question mark block, and 25 the coin.
Ooh, okay. I see why you said hear me out now. I see why you said hear me out now. Coin in F tier is just like, that feels like a bit of a, what are we doing here, Odyssey, man? It's a useful balancing item. Come on. I'll see the vision.
I said hear me out.
Okay, I'll hear you out. Stop screaming.
I justify the coin being above the question mark block. I think most would agree they belong
hang on.
low on the list, but
well, yeah, but my issue isn't that you put the coin block below the coin. The issue is that you put the coin in F tier when it's just like low C. It's for usefulness list, not a game design list. I mean, I suppose so, but like, surely you'd factor that. I think. I think the game design part is quite important. And the reason why it's important, but the reason why the red shell is a good item is because you get it in 2nd to 6th. If the red shell was an item you got in like near last, it'd probably be like a D tier item. Because, yeah, the red shell's good because it locks onto the player in front of you. But how useful is an item that locks on and destroys the player in front of you when in that position you usually get speed items to put you back in front of the course? You know? So, like, I think you kind of have to account for game design, surely, when you're doing an item ranking. I think you have to. It doesn't make sense otherwise.
The ordering of the two may seem whack on a surface level. Let's look at what each of them do, as they are very similar. The question mark block gives the user a coin for every time they hit it, allowing them to get up to 7 coins according to the wiki. The regular coin item gives the player 2 coins. Now looking at those numbers, something isn't adding up. Why is the one that gives less coins the better option? Well, that's because
It's not about money. It's about
the placement where you get the item. This is why I mentioned context being important in the intro. The question mark block is another middle of the pack item, which means whenever you roll this, you could be getting something like triple mushrooms or a mega
So useful balancing, but it doesn't help you always, except having on you so a boo can steal a coin. Still important though. I don't know. I'd still factor that. I suppose it's based on how much you want the yeah, I suppose you're using it. Oh, look at all these simps. Look at all these simper essentials in my chat. Wow, guys, you're supposed to agree with me. Wow, unbelievable behavior. No reactions for a week.
mushroom instead, which is much more helpful. Meanwhile, with the standard coin, you're only going to see this in the very top positions, most of the time only in first place. Now in Mario Kart 8, getting a coin from an item box could easily be the end of your first place run, as it stops you from getting a defensive item to block red shells. However, in Mario Kart World, red shells are much rarer for second place. Most of the time, if you're losing a front running spot, at least in my experience, it'll be due to a blue shell. That means if you pass an item set and only get a coin in this game, you're much more likely to survive without getting hit than you were in Mario Kart 8, due to the lower red shell chance.
Exactly, yeah. Almost like we're almost like we're, hang on. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Cast Form 7. I've never seen you before. Conform to Mustyism. Conform to Mustyism now. Or get banned.
Making the coins a lot less bad to pull. I mean, if you aren't going to get hit anyway, why not get an item that'll help boost your top speed and potentially extend your lead? Coins are still obviously not a great pull, but I would argue they are much better here than in 8 Deluxe. So when we compare the downsides of pulling a coin versus pulling a question mark block in the context of their positions, I think the coin is far less detrimental. That's not to mention some of the other weaker aspects of the question mark block. Since it's an item that requires you to spam, it could delay you from using an actually good item that's in your second slot. Additionally, the question mark block also spits out coins onto the road, 2 per hit and 12 per last. While the person using the item can pick up some of the coins for themselves, really these just help the people around the user. So not only did the surrounding racers most likely get a better item, but they're also leeching off of this item. So in my opinion, I think the question mark block is indeed worse than just the standard coin. But
okay, yeah, I mean, good analysis, firstly, but I don't think that's the crux of my issue, personally. The crux is, why is the coin an F? The coin is trying, okay? It's trying.
To end off our F tier, we have another new item in the form of 24, the gold shell.
Oh, really? F tier, bro? Shit, man. I think I gave it like a C, didn't I? Because once again, it's trying, you know? It's trying. It's trying something. It does kind of suck. Let me hear you out, Miss Odyssey, man.
This is the F tier I'm least confident in, and I could potentially see this moving up or down in the future, but not too much. When used, this will go down the middle of the track, leaving a trail of coins behind it and hitting anyone it comes in contact with. I think you can use this offensively in an effective way, but most of the time this is used, you're honestly just helping everyone in front of you. The shell moves much faster than the racers, so the coins it leaves behind are much more likely going to the people in front of you, which just makes your opponents go faster. Sure, it can annoy them a little bit having to move away from the center, but it's the most minor inconvenience imaginable, especially since it gives a warning whenever it's on the way. This
is not worse than the boomerang. I think he uploaded this before the update, so I'll give him a pass for that. Is Odyssey Central a brokey? Well, he is in college, so maybe. You'd have to ask him, though. I mean, I don't know. He's got my money. He's ripping me off because he doesn't agree with me.
Spawning around the same positions as a question mark block also makes this very frustrating, since you really want something to take shortcuts with instead. Moving on up to our C tier, here are some items that can be useful, but I find to be a bit more situational. Overall, I'm a lot less confident in the placements of the items in this tier, but I doubt I would move most of them very much. 23, the ice flower.
Ow! That's mean. I love the combat items in this game. The combat items are so much fun. Just spamming them and hitting like 10 people, man. It's so much fun.
I was really excited to see this guy get added to the game because the Ice Flower has always been one of my favorite power-ups.
Although I will say it doesn't do enough to differentiate itself from the Fire Flower. So not exactly an unfair take.
When used, you'll be able to shoot 8 ice balls similar to the Fire Flower, and if it hits someone, they'll become cold. Now the reason this is so low is because the effect of getting hit isn't really that detrimental. You lose control of your cart for a moment since you're slipping all over the place. But really, you still move forward when you get hit, so it's a super minor slowdown. Something like a red shell would be far better to pull in any position you can get the Ice Flower in, and that's going to be consistent with a lot of our C tier. 22, the Fire Flower. Very similar to the Ice Flower where you get 8 fireballs, but these will actually cause the player to spin out. In my experience, this seems to be more effective than getting hit with an Ice Flower. Maybe the Ice Flower has a bit more potential if you could hit someone on a bad turn or something, but I think the easier application of the Fire Flower makes it a bit better. Again,
yeah, fair.
though, I'm not super confident in these guys.
I don't know, man. Yeah, yes, you should rank them high, Odyssey. Rank, ooh, rank them higher, Mr. Central. I just think the combat items in this game are far more fun than they were in 8 Deluxe, but...
Yet. 21, the banana. I think
banana in C? Yeah, fair.
just about everyone expected this guy to be quite low. It's about the most basic item in the game. You can
does
drop
its
it,
job.
and if someone slips on it, they
It
feel
does
very
the job.
embarrassed. Now, it may seem very weird to place this above the flowers, but again, keep in mind the positions you can pull these items. Bananas are reserved for the top few positions, and one thing bananas are great at is defending against incoming attacks. Yes, red shells are rarer in this game, but they still definitely spawn, so getting a defensive item in first place is a good pool. I will also say it's probably easier to place bananas effectively in this game since you can put them on rails, which can stop people behind you from taking big shortcuts. Still though, I can't place the banana that high up due to its pretty simplistic uses. 20, the green shell. It's here for the same reason, a very basic attack item that's good for defense.
I think I put it in B because I just love the sound design in this game based on the green shell. It makes those green shell snipes all the more fun, and it makes getting tailed by one all the more tense.
The green shell is a lot easier to hit people with due to how it's thrown though, so that gives it the edge. You can also throw green shells on rails in this game and they'll stick to it like a banana, which could help with attacking. 19, the hammer. Yes, you can-
Oh, no, kill this guy. Kill this guy with hammer. No! No, Odyssey Central doesn't like fun. He hates me. Guys, he hates me. No! He's bullying me!
Kill people with hammers in this game. This is one of the hardest items to rank on the list. I genuinely had no clue what to do with this guy.
You
When
rank
used,
it
you'll
up,
fire
huh?
out several hammers in front of you that stick into the ground for a moment. You could do this 4 times, and anyone that runs into the ground and hammers will get hit. I think this is a lot easier to hit people with than our last few entries, especially because of that lingering aspect. It does lose out on defense, but since you aren't pulling it in first, I don't think it's a huge detriment. I could definitely see myself raising this item in the ranks in the future, but I think as of right now, it belongs in C tier.
I mean, based on your footage, you're using the item wrong. You're supposed to immediately see it and just go and just chuck all 4 of them at that one guy. Especially that guy named Landon. That fucking Landon that I hate. That fucking Landon. That Landon that we hate. Am I right? Ooh. You're supposed to go. That's what you're supposed to do. Chuck it 4 times and pick one guy and go, listen, that guy, he's dead. He's dead. That's what you're supposed to do.
18, the triple banana. This is like a banana.
Okay, no, this is bad. Okay, this is actually a crazy take. And again, I think we all agree, right? Like, fair enough, you don't take sound design, blah, 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 blah. I'm just a nerd. Having triple items in this game are so much more useful than they used to be. Because good lord, with 24 races, you want something that's like, hey, get the fuck away from me. In other games, C would be fair. I actually think I'm gonna say it, Mr. Central. It's a bad take, okay? It's a bad take. Right? And my chat, you can't see the chat on the screen, but the chat agrees, okay? Chat agrees, therefore, okay? This is, it's not just I disagree, therefore, it's a bad take, Mr. Central. Do the ranking again. I'm evil, Mr. Gamers.
Get 3 of them. Obviously, this is just a better banana and works really well for defense. It's also pretty good offensively since you can ram into other people and cause them to slip. It's also just nice to have coverage on all sides due to how many items can be flying around in this game.
Yeah,
Still not
exactly.
an
That's why I rank it
amazing item
higher.
pool, but since it's in the higher positions anyway, it's at least nice to keep you comfortable. And now we move on to our biggest tier, the B tier. These items are also pretty difficult to rank, but I feel good about them all being within this tier.
You see, his analysis of the banana was fine. It's just, see?
Starting off, we got 17, triple green shell. Very similar reasoning as the triple banana for this one, but I think its offensive strengths are able to help it slide into B tier instead of just the top of C. While it might be kinda hard to snipe people with a single green shell, having 3 chances makes it way easier, so I think the green shell is a significant improvement. 16.
Again, honestly, Odyssey, listen, I'm getting mad at you. I'm actually getting mad at the fucking gameplay. All right? Are you telling me you do not get 3 greens and immediately just like spray them out in a line to like kill the guy in front of you? Are you telling me everyone uses triple greens like this, right? All of us. We all do this. All right? We see one fucker in front of us and go, yeah, do you know you? You're dying today. You're dead. Chuck 3 of them in like a fan pattern. Like fan the hammer, you know what I mean? Like we're fucking Wild West cowboys taking down the saloon. It's high noon. That's what we do. But no, look at this. Look at this clip.
Well,
Look at the clip. Run the clip back.
Way easier, so I think the green
He
shell is
just throws one and keeps the other 2
the
and just sensibly drives past. This is why you're ranking them low, Mr. Central. You're supposed to be stupid with your items like I am.
blue shell. This one is
Blue shell in B though? Really? Is it because of the animation? If he says it's because of the animation, this will be based.
very interesting to rank. In previous games, the reason the blue shell sucked was because you never really pulled it in a position where it would be helpful. It was mostly saved to be in the back middle of the pack, and since the blue shell obviously targets first place, that's not really going to help the user gain any positions. However, I do think that changes a good amount in Mario Kart World. For starters, the blue shell causes way more stun than almost every other item in the game.
It does,
Oftentimes when you get hit in this game, you can sort of just walk it off, assuming you don't keep getting hit. If you get hit by a blue shell though, you are almost for sure losing positions, which obviously leads to a lot of pleasant feelings. Due to how close together Mario Kart World's pack generally is, it's a lot more believable that someone using the blue shell could pass the person they hit, along with stopping first place from getting a crazy lead. But what really helps sell the blue shell as an item is Knockout Tour, specifically the final section. When you're down to just 4 players, everyone is gunning for first and is likely very close together. In this final section, you can still pull blue shells, and it's probably one of the best things you can get. Pulling it in
I'm sorry, blue shells in... Firstly, a very strange parameter to rate on, specifically the final section knockouts are valid though. But personally, I think I don't like that. I don't like that you can get blue shells in the final 4 of knockouts, or if you ask me. Like, I suppose it should be like a rare pull in case the first person just way out in front. But like, if you're that way out in front in the final stretch, I think you deserve to win. Like for me, knockout tour games are more fun. The more skill-based it gets, the lower the player count. So stuff like the blue shell, that's why I like, for example, Desert Hills, like the Desert Hills finale. I don't really like it because literally it's just the 4th person gets a golden mushroom, cuts around, game over, right? Literally, it's boring. Even I, the like Mario Kart guy. Oh, Mario Kart's chaotic. Do what you want. If you're in first in the final section of a knockout tour, I think you deserve to win the whole thing, unless like someone outplays you. A golden mushroom cut is not an outplay. In the same way that a blue shell isn't really an outplay neither. I don't think. I mean, it's your ranking, do what you want, but I don't know. I think it's a bad take. That's 2 times now, honestly. That's 2 times you've done a bad take. Evil.
A shortcut item from a double box can easily be the recipe to breaking into first place on that final section. I think that alone boosts the blue shell pretty high in the rankings, even if on standard races it may not be as good for the user.
That specific niche instance, yeah, puts it above the triple... Odyssey, man. Odyssey, you see. Damn, man. You better change your name to Bonanza Central after these takes, brother. You better change your name, man.
Like I said, it's really hard to judge because it's often pretty disappointing to pull, but it has potential to be one of the best things you can get depending on the situation. So I think around the bottom of B tier is fair for now. 15, the dash food. This one was also very tricky and I moved it around.
Middle of B? Dash food? You mean the item where you can't... You mean the mushroom that's inconsistent? What an odd ranking, Mr. Central. It's one of the strangest ranking of his I've watched, actually. Very strange. A lot of disagreements. I like it. American perspective. True! American Central, American alert.
Quite a bit while constructing the list. When you get it, you'll receive a different piece of food depending on the region, but they all have the same effect of acting as a small speed boost. Also, if you're using a character with costumes, you can unlock them by eating this. Why didn't they give dry bones any? Essentially, this just acts as the worst mushroom as it's a much smaller boost and it won't let you dodge the blue shell.
So why is it higher than the fucking thingamajig, huh?
Now what makes this difficult is because of how it's obtained. Unlike everything else, you don't get this from item boxes, rather you get them from these fast food bags on the intermission.
And generally they tend to be on the outermost path, which makes them not worth it to go for unless you deliberately want a costume, generally speaking.
Oh, it's fast food, I get the joke. I think that honestly makes it pretty good, since it's an item you're always guaranteed to get as long as you want to pick it up. This
I suppose you're not right. I suppose you're not wrong, actually. You are right. Generally speaking, more often than not, I suppose in these instances it's not too bad, but most of the time it's like kind of on the outer path. And it's just a worse mushroom anyway, so I'm like,
Completely ignores positioning because anyone can get it, and if you don't want it, you can simply ignore the bag. Again though, if you do get it, it's not a huge boost, but it's nice to just pick up and catch up a little bit. Also, I didn't realize this until working on this video, but you can actually get 3 different tiers of food, each providing a slightly different speed boost. It's not really a huge deal since this difference between them isn't that massive, but it's definitely worth noting. 14.
I would say that makes it worse since it's inconsistent, personally. Like, when you get an item, you want the item to work the same way every time. And because the dash food doesn't, I would personally rank it a little lower because of that. Feather. He was more generous to the feather than I was.
The feather, I think. This is the item I predict I will change my opinion on the most in the future.
Yeah, same with me. I think I put it in, like, C, because, like, as much as I like its inclusion, like its return, I just couldn't find too many, in my playing so far, I just didn't find too many useful instances, sadly.
Of all the items in the game, it's probably the least straightforward in terms of its usefulness. Just like all the way back in Super Mario Kart, the feather allows you to jump. Now Mario Kart World provides us with the charge jump ability, which can help us get up onto walls and hop over small obstacles. The feather on the other hand gives us a much bigger jump, which means you can clear bigger distances. On top of that, using the feather allows you to jump over incoming attacks, including red shells, which you can't do with the charge jump. So defensively, it's pretty solid even if you have to time it. The complexity comes in with the jump itself. You have to really know the track to understand where a feather jump would be useful.
I love how you show a clip of the thing we've all done this, right, chat? We all did the thing. He showed us the thing, chat. Look at it again.
It comes in with the jump itself. You have to
Oh shit, I got hit. Fuck, I got hit. God, what can I do? Feather, go!
really know the track to understand where a feather jump would be useful.
Well, that was it. That was useful. I feel like that's happened more often than I've used it in a good instance, you know?
Unlike a mushroom, which is very easy to tell where you can cut just by playing through, the feather is a lot less obvious. It takes trial and error to know where the shortcuts are, but if you do know where to look for them, then the feather has the potential to save a large chunk of time, especially because it's one of the few items you can actually get in first place, so it can be immensely helpful in extending your lead if you know what you're doing. But like I said, you do have to know what you're doing, and some tracks, especially intermissions, don't really have areas where the feather is super effective. So
yeah, that's why I keep it low, because it's just like, no.
As of right now, I don't really love using the feather personally. It kind of feels sloppy and I just don't love the physics on the jump. However, I think I could easily see this rising in the ranks in the future, especially with a lot more practice and game knowledge.
I think what they should do is they should do the thing that Super Mario Kart did, where, you know, Super Mario Kart, you cannot get the feather in a track that doesn't have a feather shortcut. What they should do is that, like, the more potential feather cuts there are, the higher the chance of getting the item, maybe? Something like that, I would say.
13, the Babam. This one
This is definitely too high. Hang on.
might be a little high up, but I do still quite like the item.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. The fact that you driving past it doesn't make it prematurely explode anymore just sucks. It really does suck. And, like, maybe you could argue, I get it, because it's 24 players, it would have been... it just still sucks to use. It just sucks to use, honestly.
Obviously, as I showed through my very hilarious green screen effect, Babams are able to explode, which can potentially knock out several people. That's especially deadly because I feel like the Babam has more hit stun than other items, but I might just be imagining things. I will say though, I feel like it's harder to snipe people with Babams in this game. Not sure if it's just physics changes I haven't gotten used to yet.
No, it sucks! Or does he say, the fucking thing sucks!
But I feel like the Babam has a bigger range in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Well, whether that's true or not doesn't matter to me too much because I think the Babam got a pretty substantial buff in the defense department. In 8 Deluxe, if you held a bomb behind you to block red shells, it would work, it's just that you would also be caught in the explosion anyway and take damage. So you would have to drop the bomb before the red shell hits you to successfully avoid the hit.
I would say that even though it's nice that you can use it a bit more defensively, because red shells just aren't too common as a whole in this game, it just ends up not being as useful a defensive tool.
In Mario Kart World, though, you actually don't take damage if your bomb goes off on your back, so it's a lot better now. Since this is also an item you can get high up, it works very well both offensively and defensively, which I think makes it deserve its spot. 12, the Super Horn. This works pretty much exactly
Super Horn in fair placement.
the same as it did in 8 Deluxe. When used, it'll play a very loud
The sound sucks though, Odyssey. Say the sound sucks.
sound. This area of effect
Okay, you caught me off guard there. Fuck you.
can be used to hit nearby
Take a like.
racers and destroy items. Since racers are a lot more bunched together in this game, I find the Soundhorn's offense to be much better, especially since it can shatter people's triple item shields. If you're ever in the middle of the pack with a ton of items surrounding you, this isn't a bad pull. However, I think they may have made it just a bit too common in second place. I swear, I would be begging the game to give me a red shell, but time and time again, I would just keep getting a Soundhorn.
I think I've had that same experience as well, where the super horn's just really common in second. So I agree with you. And do you know the worst part about the super horn being in second is that I will see a blue shell fly past me, and I'll instinctively have to stop myself from fucking blowing it up because I'm like, oh, it's not going after me. It's happened once where I accidentally blew it up when it was going after the first. I'm like, the fuck I do that for?
Which is pretty useless if first place is a decent bit away. But if you can carry the Soundhorn into first, it also of course has the advantage of being able to break the blue shell. With how deadly the blue shell is in this game, that's pretty dang important, so I think about here makes sense for it to be on the list.
Yeah.
11, the red shell. Maybe a little bit high for this guy, but I still think it's a pretty great pull in almost any position. This
I think it's about right. B's about right.
will home in on the
Does the
racer in
job.
front of you, and assuming they don't have a
Sorts you
defense,
out.
this will basically
Jobs,
guarantee
yeah.
you can pass them. If you're in second, this is pretty much always what you want, so you can slow first place down. I think the hit stun may have been reduced a little bit, but the item is still effective enough to make it up here. And of course, it's also got the great defensive capabilities of a green shell. 10, the boomerang flower. This thing feels insanely good to use in the
Gamers, can we have some Fs in the chat? For Odyssey Central. Hot Wheels Gamer, could you play some like sad music as well right now? Unfortunate. The take that aged like milk. Chat, if you weren't aware, he uploaded this before the update. Which is, B is where I would have put it. That's literally where I would have put it before the update. High B, maybe even A. Fucking thing sucks now. Poor guy. That's what happens when you rank it too early, Odyssey Central. Ooh, ad revenue. Hang on, 100. Oh, okay, 100. Do you know what fair? You know what fair ad revenue? Do you know what fair?
this game. As the name implies, you could throw out a boomerang and it'll return to you. You can do this up to 4 times now, but the item is partially based on a type.
I hope the extra mention was worth it. I hope it was, college boy.
For which it wasn't an 8 Deluxe. The reason I find this to be so good is because the boomerang can go through both people and items. So in massive hordes of racers, you can easily just chuck out the boomerang to take out multiple people and their defensive items. With 4 throws, it's basically a guarantee to hit at least a couple people, and I also find it to be the easiest attack item to aim in the game. The only downside is the fact that defensively, you need to time throwing it backwards, and unlike an 8 Deluxe, the boomerang stays in your item slot after you throw it. That means you have to exhaust all of the throws before you can get a new item, which can be mildly annoying. Still though, I think
Which we didn't mind before the update, right, chat? Which I do want to show for posterity. The Fs were plentiful gamers. Fs to pay respects. Sag.
the boomerang is more than solid as an offensive tool. But now we begin our A tier. These are all basically the items you are begging to see whenever you get an item box in this game. In my opinion,
Mushroom?
if you don't pull one of these, you're pretty disappointed because anything from here on out is absolutely insane, and it's clear to see why. 9. The mushroom. This right here is the basis for most of the items in the world. More than any other Mario Kart game before it, benefits people taking shortcuts immensely. Mushrooms of course give the user a speed boost that also allows them to go through the off-road. Going through off-road saves time on turns, and some of the turns in this game allow you to save a lot. Obviously one mushroom allows for smaller cuts, but even
See, the mushroom being placed here when taking the context of Mario Kart World makes the triple banana and the triple greens placement all the more strange. He's acknowledging that Mario Kart World's immense off-road, especially in the intermissions, makes the mushroom such a much more powerful item. Same with the triple bananas, broski. Redo the list.
even then,
Another
a single
100K.
mushroom can make you move
Another
up
100K,
several
Odyssey,
positions.
man.
A lot of that comes from the intermissions, which have the biggest cuts, making mushrooms an essential item in catching up and passing people. Even if you're just on a straightaway, just getting a speed boost can be a good item pull too. As you're going to see, almost every item from here on out allows you to go in the off-road. Oh, and as a bonus, if you manage to carry a mushroom into first place, you can dodge a blue shell with it. The
Hell
timing
yeah.
is much more generous than it was in 8 Deluxe, which just makes the mushroom even better.
And listen, I felt super gamer the first time I did it, okay? It's he's lying, guys. It's actually the hardest trick in my book. I have a TikTok video where I posted my epic first ever time doing a spiny dodge. And it was sick, gamers. It felt like a moment.
8. The boo. This gives the user
Too low, Odyssey, man. Too low. This is like top 2 item ever made. Fuck, I fucking love the boo. I love the way he goes like, woo, whoop. And then he's like, it's great. He's got his wonder design. It's amazing. I love this item.
There are a ton of different abilities. The main use is that it'll steal a random item from someone
Literally, look, you did the thing!
in front of the user. Now, if that was all it did, it would be alright, but nothing super exciting. Luckily for it, the boo also has a couple more abilities that are really useful. For one, after using it, you'll become temporarily invincible. This is our first invincibility item, and those are obviously really good as they help you avoid every item in the game, including stuff like the lightning. If you manage to use the boo while everyone else gets shocked, that's an easy way to pass a lot of people as well. Not only are you invincible though, you're actually intangible in this state, meaning you can phase right through other players and items. That's because you're a spooky ghost. Ooh. However, one thing they did in this game that kind of annoys me is that they made the items circling around you intangible too. In 8 Deluxe, you could be a ghost and still ram into people with triple items, but now
I actually prefer the train. I prefer the consistency of being able to see the ghostly apparition much more better in 8 Deluxe. Because like in 8 Deluxe, it's just kind of annoying when, like, I think I mentioned this in my ranking as well. Like, you'd be 5th, you'd go to 6th, and you'd be like, who was? Oh, the ghost. And the same thing would happen with the items as well. Like, you'd all of a sudden just be like minding your business, and then all of a sudden the invisible ghost next to you just spawns 3 reds, and you're like, what the fuck? Where did you come from? So now it gives you a bit more time to counter the ghostly apparition when they become tangible again. I like it. It's a lot more. The readability has been improved. I like that personally.
Now you just go right through them without dealing any damage. While that is a bit of a hit, the boo is still undeniably buffed in this game because it now has the ability to go through the off-road without slowing down.
Yeah.
It used to have this ability in Mario Kart DS, but it was removed in 8, so I'm glad it's back now. Especially with, again, all of the massive cuts you can do in this game.
Fucking love
I can't
it, man.
put it in S because of it not having a speed boost to go with the off-road cuts, but the boo is still a very solid
I put it in S because gambling, baby. We love gambling, baby. Gamers. Gambling, gambling, gambling. Gambling, gambling. Ding! Whoa! Gamble! Amazing! Yes!
7 triple red shells. Yeah, I think it should be obvious why this is so good. You can hit 3 people
Simple.
or the same person 3 times to
Simple.
really ruin their day. I don't think this one needs too much explaining. It's easily one of the best offensive options in the game and can even work defensively. But now it's time for our S tier. Pretty much all 6 of these
tiers.
items are tied because they're each insanely broken.
So what? Golden Mushroom, Bullet Bill, Lightning Bolt, Mega Mushroom, right?
I would not blame anyone for putting pretty much any of these at number 1. They're that good. But starting with one that might be a pretty big surprise, 6, the Bullet Bill. This was
Oh, he's got 6 items here. The Bullet Bill? Okay.
previously my number
As I said, I like the Bullet Bill in this game as well because it feels... Again, it's the same reason I like the Boo, because I like the Boo changes because it feels more fair to the players going up against the Boo guy, while not making the Boo less fun for you. Same with the Bill. The Bill feels like it, hey, I need to come back, brother. I need to come back. Help me out. And he's like, I got you, brother. My name's Bill. I got you. But also, if you get hit, you don't get twatted just next week. It's beautiful.
number 1 item in 8 Deluxe.
It's
So
beautiful.
what's made it take a hit here? Well, first let's talk about its uses. When used, you'll transform into a bullet bill, which causes you to rocket down the center of the track at high speeds. Not only is that obviously good for catching up, but while in this bullet state, you're invincible. Again, that makes it a good pool to avoid the lightning, so overall, this is a fantastic catch-up item. But what makes it so much worse than its 8 Deluxe version for me? Well, for one, it doesn't deal damage if it runs into people anymore. It just pushes them and knocks them out of their drift if they're in one. Honestly though, offense was never the bullet's strong suit, so that's not why it's lower. No, it's simply because the bullet goes toward the center like I said, but the off-road cuts in this game are absurdly overpowered in comparison. Since the bullet won't just fly through the off-road without some influence on when you used it, I think the items that let you cut through the off-road on your own choice are just better now.
I can agree with that, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think it depends on the timing of... I think if anything, it kind of makes a bit more important your timing as to when you use it. Like, you don't want to use it when there's like a big bunch of off-road. If it's in your second slot, you want to make sure that like it's on a bit more of a straightaway, you know?
I'll still put it above the Mushroom and Boo since I think you get more use out of the Bullet Bill's speed boost, but the other off-road cutters I think do deserve to be above the Bullet this time. 5. The Lightning. A lot of people bullied me on my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe item ranking for putting this item in 7th. A ton of people said it was the best item in the game, and I think they made some fairly good points. So I'm about to make the same mistake. This is our final item that doesn't let you go off-road, and I think...
No, I don't think Lightning in number 1 is crazy. Just for any ranking, really. Like, the Lightning's good, but number 1, Dark Misty. Yeah, I think your placement's fair.
It's safe to say that it's the best purely offensive item in the game. It'll hit everyone in front of the user, and the hit stun on this is extremely strong. People that got hit will also shrink, which makes them slower and vulnerable to getting squished. Now this shrink effect is a lot less powerful than it was in 8 Deluxe, but compared to the hit stun of other items, this is still really good. If you manage to hold on to the lightning and use it alongside another item to take a shortcut, you can easily go
Yes, I mentioned this too, the synergy. The synergy with the lightning is incredible in this game.
bottom of the pack to first.
Again, just like the bullet, it's not just as simple as use it or lose it. Like, you have to kind of time it a bit better now, which adds a little bit more, a bit more intrigue.
Place. But I only think it's really, really good in combination with the powerful off-road items, which is why I decided to place them above the lightning in the list. Hopefully I'm not wrong this time. 4 triple mushrooms.
No, you're correct.
This is like a mushroom, but there's 3.
But there's 3 of them.
This is absurdly good in this game because with 3 mushrooms, you can take much, much larger shortcuts. Each added speed boost is really exponential help as you can easily jump up to first place from basically any position with just this item alone. And that's just the start of the really strong 4 we have at the top of S tier. 3, the star. This is the invincible item. It's all about making you fully immune to anything, but it also comes with a boost in speed and the ability to go in the off-road.
Mention the sound effect, Odyssey, or you're banned.
So yeah, this one is also fantastic. I could see some saying that the triple shroom deserves to be above it since you can space out the mushroom boosts more, but I think the invincibility of the star puts it ahead for me, especially since it can last for quite a while in the off-road, allowing for massive cuts as well.
Also, I think I like the star a bit more. I actually don't remember. But yeah, the star's also got that extra useful factor of not only can you cut, but if someone hits you with a lightning bolt when you're off-road, you don't have to embarrassingly shuffle your ass back to the course again. Which, believe me, when that happens, you're just... That's like top 1 worst feeling in Mario Kart, honestly. So I'm just like, I was gonna have fun, but now I just have to go back. And you're just like, sorry guys, I thought I could enjoy my game. My bad.
On that ramming into someone while using the star causes damage, and this is just a super good item. I have heard some people think the star is a lot worse in this game, but I'll be honest, I don't know why exactly, because this feels just as good as ever to use.
And also the sound effects, you know, it gives you a clear indication when it's about to run, which again, the amount of times I've been taking like an insane amount of off-road and I hit that, I'm like, okay, time to go back, you know? It's nice. It's nice, just like the support. The support is high.
3 Mario Paint art requests open. What you want, chat?
Chat, what do you want on Mario Paint?
I'm sure the Mario Kart people will scream at me in the comments. 2, the Mega Mushroom.
I was
not expecting this item to be as insane as it was going into the game, but I feel like it's undeniably extremely good. The main use of the Mega Mushroom is of course the fact that it makes you big. That gives you the ability to run over people, which is one of the most deadly bits of hit stun you can do to someone, as being squished causes them to move slowly as well. With your giant size,
and the sound effect, Odyssey, the sound effect!
Especially with how tight the packs can be with a high player count. But on top of all of that, the Mega Mushroom lets you go in the off-road, which I don't think I need to keep saying is overpowered. And the Mega Mushroom is also our final item to make you invincible. If you get hit by lightning, you will shrink down, but only to normal size, so it basically gives you a free hit without punishment.
I don't think it does that in this game. I think it does it in Wii, but I don't believe it makes you smaller in this game. Am I mistaken, chat? I don't think it does. Is Odyssey Central wrong? Ooh, Odyssey Central. Ooh, you're wrong. Ooh, he's wrong. Big Channel's wrong. Ooh. You know what you gotta do now? Whole video's gotta go. I'm telling the teacher.
So really, I think the Mega Mushroom is just a slightly better star, which I think makes it the runner-up on our list. But I think number 1
Golden Mushroom, obviously.
Easily has to go to the Golden Mushroom. They buffed this thing immensely.
Bruv, it was like top 1, like, worst item in 8 Deluxe, and they were just like... And the Golden Mushroom was literally like, and I took that personally. I
never really liked it in 8 Deluxe because anytime I could get it, I was wishing for a bullet instead. It was still a good item, just not quite the best. It is now the best. I don't think I'm gonna get much pushback at all for this.
No.
The Golden allows you to use several mushrooms.
People are lying! I'm gonna come after you.
Time limit.
I'm not gonna come after you.
Out of this than even a triple mushroom, meaning you could take the largest cuts with this out of any item. And yes, some of the cuts in this game.
And also the sound effect. There's a distinct lack of sound effects being mentioned, honestly. Like, it gets higher pitched as you go, which makes you feel like, yeah, come on.
Are so many.
It's almost as dopamine high as hearing the Gen 3 Leaf Blade sound effect, you know? That's like a sound effect, you know? Gen 3 Ice Beam as well? Come on. Gen 4 Hyper Beam sound effect? Golden Mushroom sound effect. It's up there, like top 10 sound effects ever made.
Massive that they require a Golden Mushroom to cross. So if you do get it when one of those shortcuts come up, which are quite common on intermissions, you are instantly rocketing into the top few positions. So even though this doesn't make you invincible like our last 2 entries, the shortcut potential on this item is way too big to ignore.
Although, Odyssey, again, you have to take that in the whole video. Potato said, I think the lack of invincibility puts us at 3rd. What about Gen 1 Psybeam? Gen 1 Psybeam. Top 10 Pokemon sound effects. I'm making that video, chat. I'm not joking. I'm making it now.
And I just think it's
There's some iconic... Pokemon actually has some iconic sound effects.
how it works basically exactly the same as it did in 8 Deluxe, but purely because of the setting of the game, it's way better here. I have made so many comebacks purely because of this guy, and I think every player has as well. It's why bagging is so good, because you can just wait for a golden...
Bagging! He mentioned bagging! Unexpected item in bagging area. Odyssey Central. My goat. He's getting competitive, baby. He's getting competitive. Hell yeah.
And shoot all the way to the top. So for being an absolutely insane item for shortcuts, I think the Golden Mushroom has to take number 1 as the best item in Mario Kart.
Yeah, fair.
But anyways, that's it for this video. Do you love the ice cream dash food and hate me for not putting it at number 1?
I do!
Sorry if my uploads get a bit more spread out for a little while.
Oh, sorry for the uploads. Oh, college boy. Oh, I've got final assignments, yeah?
I started my college classes for summer.
Hooked and cooked, baby. Hooked and cooked.
Hopefully I should be able to adjust fine and you all won't notice anything. I had a lot of fun putting this list together, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how much I get bullied in the comments for being wrong.
I've been bullying you this whole video, brother.
Anyways, before I go, I've got to thank my members.
Okay, how does he say my name? I have no idea. Are we still doing the Sir Moosty thing? Let's find out.
Nuclear, Cassie Channel, Luma, Blessed Tiger, Yanni the Duck, Wyatt Derpy, Trader Mo, Mevins 2001, Kid Trunks 15, Patty Shroom, Enchanted Skull, SMA, B Major 2003, Arson the Raboot, Sir Moosty.
Ah, we're still in the Sir Moosty era, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Where my fellow Moosty is at? Yeah! Yeah, do you know what? You know, I take it all back. I take it all back, Odyssey. You know what? I take it all back, Odyssey, man. I take it all back. Dark Musty is no more. And on the channel member readership, the Lord said, let there be light. Here we go, gamers. The light is in now. I feel a light fantastically because I was Moostyified. Either way, good video. Some very straight. The placements is what fucked with me, Mr. Central. Your analyses were good. Your placements were fucked with me. I feel like you especially didn't take into account the fact that like item chaos is so big in this game and having defensive items are very important. I think that's definitely the one key thing you missed. The rest of it, some of the analysis was sus, but I'll let you pass it. But I think that's definitely the one big thing you missed. Definitely the one big thing you missed. I don't know why I have a gun in my hand, but when you make the video again, you better talk about future video, mention the defensiveness of items and how useful that is. Sound effects, okay? Gen 1 Hyper Beam. Or Gen 3 Hyper Beam. Gotta mention it, okay? Anyway, let's have a look at the comments, shall we? Fuck, I don't know, guys, I don't have Bravo 6. Oh, Bravo 6, where's Bravo 6? I don't have my soundboard. You have to mention bagging again in the next video, okay? You have to mention bagging, otherwise I'm gonna beat you up, okay? I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna tell your college to fail your assignments. Oh, hell yeah. Now we're going deep, gamers. Bullet bill extension. Bullet bill extension. Let's go. Let's bullet bill extend into the comments, gamers. He's made a mistake. He's made a mistake. Odyssey Central. He's made a mistake. It seems I made a mistake with the moderate shooting. Yes. Either way, my bad. It doesn't change the placement. It just makes it even better. It does change it. Your entire ranking is invalid. He's addressing the elegant. I don't hear a ukulele. Where's the ukulele emoji? Where's the ukulele emoji? Honestly, where's the ukulele, broken heart, wilted flower? How do I know you're really sorry? I don't see any of those 3 emoji combos. I don't see, that's what I'm saying. How sorry could you? I see an exclamation point, which indicates that you're very light-hearted and jovial. Don't know about that, brother. Don't know about it. I'm just like, where's the dog emoji? Oh, man. True! Literally, someone said it. So you know what to do, Odyssey. You're another 100k views. Put the views in the bag, little bro. Come on. I really like they added evil bananas. For fuck's. Well, I like that they added evil Musty as well. Literally. If Piranha actually got playable even after previous existence item, it's so unfair that Blooper did. True! I agree! Karmic has an insane ride in Mario Kart from being scrapped in 64, added and then turned into an item. Poor guy, honestly. Can't have shit. Can't have shit in Detroit. Carmichael was made the most method. True. The King's Chariot could not be stopped. Downvote. Dead meme now, okay? I find it funny to point out from an item and you get the opposite treatment. True. I know. Oh my god, you noticed that too? Another overlooked benefit at the start is that, compared to all the other, is that it instantly frees up your item slot when used, allowing you to grab 2 items to smuggle gamers. Item smuggling games. How much items? I remember that one thing that keeps happening in Mario Kart games. The biggest memory is on Electrodrome. When I was in first, I got an item box and I scored a score! I got a super horn! And a little while later, Blue Shell came to the finish line the last night. I stole my super horn. So I was ready to use it, and then Boo thought, wouldn't it be so fun? It would be so funny. It would be so cool. So then someone passed on. Marcus had a green shell and he used to snag back my position. And it lined up perfectly. And then Lightning Stroke took over a green shell. Oh no, he got Hippopotamus getting Mario Kart in the worst way we know how. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that happened to you. Another thing to note is that the Blue Shell can go on rails now. Oh yeah, I've seen that. And then Mario clapped. I could believe that happened, okay? You leave him alone. You leave him alone, Potato, okay? You're a bully. Should add an item string so we could use swoop. You might be onto something, champ. Oh my gosh, the real Catholic gamer! Oh my god, and all he did was correct. Hey, moron! Did you read the pinned comment? He addressed the allegations, huh? Hey! Leave him alone, he's not going to hell! Leave it, downvote. If you're a real Catholic, you would forgive, alright? Unbelievable behavior. Blame the sinner, not the sin. Or blame the sin, not the sin. I don't know which order that one is, okay? Item slot. There's something in it. Hang on. Mega Mushroom stays in your item slot, but the start immediately disappears. It's something I never considered. It's definitely a fair point. The two are close to me. I can see it again either way because of this. And then classic. Odyssey, you have to kill him. You have to kill him, Odyssey. You replied to a comment in earnest, and some paparazzi thought they could use an opportunity to record. Make this video. Make this. Downvote. Upvote. There we go. Kill him. Bonanza Central. What else have we got? God of Mushrooms Green, but the shock literally has to be number 1 with that. No contest! It requires other items like mushrooms to take shortcuts against spots. It's basically the entire reason you cover in a lot of intermissions. You don't even have to use it yourself, you can just dodge it. And it creates the same effect. If you're the user of the item, you can time it so that you're the only one who gets items at the end of the race, or at least most people possibly dodge. It's an insanely high skill ceiling, there's no doubt in my mind it's the best. Also, I disagree with the boomerang placement. Similar to the God Mushroom, when you get a convenient placement, it can be a great attack item, but only when you get lucky. Yeah, but like in this game, it feels great because there's more often than not, you're gonna be in a good spot to hit people with it, which I like. And also, this is just bagging. I bet he holds the lightning and bags for the entire race. Mr. Whip-tongue Bulb, and he's a Pikmin guy, and he's a bagger. Unbelievable. For the shock, I definitely understand it, hence why I think they're all STL basically tied. As for the boomerang, I kind of feel the way about every B tier item. Like I said, it's not A tier item. I'm almost always disappointed. I can see it moving down a tier because I don't think it belongs outside the D tier. You know, fair. You stood your ground. You stood your ground, but I appreciate it. It was annoying for YouTube footage. I didn't know it was in the game until a couple of days ago. True. Snipper clips in the Big 24. Hang on.
Trial and error to know where the shortcuts are, but
You leave snipper clips alone, okay? He wanted to play snipper clips with his friend, okay? At least he has a friend, huh? At least he had a friend to invite over to play snipper clips with. Downvote. The friend was me, by the way. The friend was me. Exactly. True. Guy, mods. Ratio this fella. For the 30 hours playing, I've only pulled the people once. Yeah, it's so fucking rare, honestly. Amazing stuff. Shortcut reference? Shortcut collab leaked? Where? What even clip was this? Where's the clip?
thanks, Nintendo. Then there are over.
I don't know the reference. Whatever. Shortcut collab alone. Shit, don't get a shit. That's what I'm saying, right? For no reason. It's unbelievable. True, honestly, I'm glad he made Bonanza Central. I love how he's gonna have that nickname for at least like the next month, at least like minimum, and then it's kind of over from there. What are you talking about? I'm okay, coins help. If you hold it in an item, you get defense time or attack because you can't get double coins. It protects your second item from boo. Yeah, but like he also has a life and doesn't play this game competitively. How did you expect him to know that, nerd? Downvoted. The blooper needs to cover much more of the screen or rework entirely because it's a joke. You know what, Mr. Allen? Default Dan. Downvoted. You can aim bomb balloons on other projectiles moving your camera left and right. Yeah, we know that just camera and it sucks. Fucking thing sucks. Downvote. I'm gonna listen to videos trying to get sleep and boom, awakened by the screen. Okay, that's kind of your fault, I'll be real with you. Putting on an Odyssey Central video to sleep when he like regularly puts on like an explosion or a FNAF sound, that's kind of your fault, gonna be honest. Boomerang love in the... What has happened to the comment section I used to love? What has happened? Back then, it was good. It was good. Downvote. Absolute downvote. Why is the blue shell so high? It's the worst time in the game. It's so annoying. And I can't tell you how many times my runs are ruined. My runs? Okay, comp. Okay. Actually, it's called the coin shell. Get out of here. Kill it. You have to get every downvote. Listen, every downvoted comment on the Central, you have to kill him. Okay, you have to kill him. It's the mark of the beast, okay? If I mark them, they must die. For the last freaking, it's the coin shell. Get it. Okay, leave this guy. Okay, pin this guy. Pin this guy. I forgot to put the time after. Okay, pin this guy. Pin this guy. This guy can stay. Oh, he can stay. Don't kill him. He can stay. You don't have to pin him, but he can stay. That's fine. He can stay. Do you know what? Is it a ninja meme in? Get him out of here. Star doesn't give you a speed misinformation. What is it? Where has happened to my comment section? Please make it. He already did. Down. Okay, that's enough. I could read these comments all day. Okay, I love reading. You guys know me. I love reading YouTube comments. I have to stop myself, otherwise I'll keep going. Otherwise we'll just go into the night. Either way, Odyssey Central. An odd fella you are, but I must say, as usual, you steam a good ham. And we'll leave it there, games. We'll leave it there.